question we get in Ramadan. A lot of people are asking, is it better for me to recite the Quran in Arabic, even though I may not understand everything I'm reciting, or recite less and follow along with the translation or tafsir, or understand, or basically understand it more in my own native tongue? So a lot of people are asking this question in many different forms. So we can ask the teachers to chime in here about Quran recitation, inshallah. We'll start with Dr. Tamara, and then just go around again if you'd like to chime in.
I am of the opinion that it is better to read more Quran in Arabic, even if you don't understand it in the month of Ramadan. That is my personal opinion. I know there are others with other opinions about that, but I feel the time of studying and doing tafsir is outside of Ramadan. That the purpose of recitation of Quran in Ramadan is to fill our hearts and ourselves with light, and to do that particular type of ibadah, which is the recitation of Quran. I really encourage you, if your recitation is slow, to find a space or a place where you can work with somebody else, recite with someone. We have a program that does that, but like really recite, just recite. Let the meanings soak into your very bloodstream, and don't worry so much about translation, because the translation is not going to, doesn't stand alone. It needs more than just one person's subjective translation. So that's my opinion. Shaykh, I think Yasir.
Shaykh Yasir, okay. Yeah, barakallahu fiki. I definitely second that sentiment. On just to kind of elucidate that further, I would say that, there is the fundamental and primary way in which you read the Quran is through a spiritual lens and not an intellectual lens. The Quran is at its essence one. That's why when you look at the Arabic lettering, it's an act of ibadah. You just look at the lettering without even reciting it, you get reward for that. Listening to the Quran is an act of ibadah. So we are meant to be in a state of recitation. Tartil, warattil al-Qur'ana tartila. Comprehending and understanding, that's no doubt a virtuous enterprise within the Quranic space. But that shouldn't be the only pathway and gateway into our engaging the Quran, because a lot of people say, well, I can't have a relationship with the Quran because I don't understand it. No, the blessings of the Quran are there, in it, embedded within it. The light of the Quran is in the Quran, not in understanding the Quran. And one Imam al-Ghazali brings in an athar that it took 70,000 angels to bring each letter down from the Lawh al-Mahfuz, right? 70,000 angels to bring each letter of the Quran down from the Lawh al-Mahfuz, right? Then that each letter is profoundly weighty, just in and of itself. It does not require comprehension, right? So, I would say that if you are able to read, I remember, subhanAllah, may Allah have mercy upon him, there was a brother that I saw him for years in the masjid, a convert brother, African American. He would have his headphones on, listening to Shaykh al-Husari's Muallim series. And he would be sitting in the foyer of the masjid, and he would sit there, Bismillah, and just like throughout Ramadan, I'd watch him do this, right? And he would sit there slowly and meticulously recite a page, 2 pages, mashallah. And so, and don't forget that the one who recites Quran and stutters in reciting it receives double the reward, right? That's all recitation and not necessarily comprehension. Wallahu a'lam.
Jazakumullahu khairan. We can combine all this. Let's look at the seerah and let's look at what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. In the seerah, Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam reviewed the Quran every year with Jibreel, Sayyidina Jibreel once. كان يعرض القرآن, so once, except the last year before he passed away alayhi salatu wasalam, twice. So the sunnah is to read at least one time in Ramadan. Now the question comes in, but I don't know what I am doing. The fact you're reading, you're following the Sunnah, you're rewarded. Then you can come to the Quran and say, well, Allah said, كِتَابٌ أَنزَلْنَاهُ إِلَيْكَ لِيَدَّبَّرُوا آيَاتِهِ وَلِيَتَذَكَّرَ أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ. That we send the Quran so that they will comprehend, contemplate, and then they reflect and they learn. How can I combine those? Everyone is different. What's the time you have? Can you do both? Can you do reading the Quran once in Ramadan in the Arabic, then you're following the Sunnah, and I cannot understand it all throughout Ramadan. Can I do every day 2 or 3 verses? And maybe by the end of Ramadan, I will finish Surah Al-Baqarah. Great achievement. So basically, according to what you can do, the most important thing I will say, you need to put certain time, way more than the normal, for the Quran in Ramadan. It's not going to be 20 minutes and 30 minutes. At least I'm going to get 2 or 3 hours between reading in Arabic, trying to reflect, and listening. Exactly. I mean, listening, you're driving, we spend a lot of our time in the car. Reflect, listen, or even listen to the interpretation or the commentary of the Quran. Try to combine, try to put more than one thing in your basket, and in this way you will not miss on anyone. And may Allah make it easy for everybody. Ya Rabbi, Ameen.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Well, if you think about why the question was asked, is because the seerah seems to not have given, hadith seems to have not to given one explicit answer. And Allah, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, left things vast when human natures are vast, and people are different. Some people are right now in a moment of perhaps frustration of not knowing Arabic. The shifa for them is to learn some Arabic. It's going to heal a lot of the frustration that they have not knowing Arabic terms. Some people may be in a state that they have some questions about Islam. The shifa for them is going to be to learn to get answers to some of these questions. Yet others of us may have some dryness in our hearts. In that case, much recitation with or without understanding is going to be our solution. Some yet cannot even recite. So the listening, what Shaykh Yasir said, someone was listening to the slow recitation of Shaykh Al-Husari, and it reminded me of a time where we were going out, giving out sandwiches in New Brunswick. And a man stopped us and he said, "Hey, you guys are Muslim?" And we said, "Yes." And he said, "Listen to this." So he breaks out in a recitation of Abdul Basit, Surah Al-Shams, that's extremely famous. Everyone's heard this recitation of Sheikh Abdul Basit reciting Wash-Shamsi, Surah Al-Shams. Okay. He recites it exactly as Abdul Basit recites it, and you can get it on YouTube. If you type Abdul Basit Surah Al-Shams, okay, you'll get it. So we asked him, mashallah, where did you learn Quran? He said, my inmate in prison.
Oh.
So we said, oh, we never seen you come to the masjid. Come to our masjid. He said, no, I'm not Muslim.
Subhanallah.
Our heads were on a swivel. We said, what? He said, no, but this brother was allowed for good behavior to have a cassette tape. And every single night, he just played that cassette tape. And it was Abdul Basit's cassette tape. He said, he did it for over 15 years in jail. He had one roommate, one tape.
Ya Allah.
They memorized the tape. An amazing thing is that when that brother left, first of all, they're paying attention, but they yatanawwarun wa la yadrun. They were getting light without even knowing. That phrase, what I just said, means they were receiving light without even knowing it. He said when that guy left, and he stopped playing his cassette tape every evening when he was allowed to play it, he said all of us became depressed. We didn't even know that there was benefiting from something. The man, he didn't even know that you could become a Muslim by taking shahada and a process. He just thought it's a tape, and it's a thing. So, subhanAllah, everyone's got a different shifa. And therefore, I like the advice that wherever someone's heart is attached at that moment, then that's where their opening is going to be. And that's what's most beneficial to them. Alamat al-qabul al-taysir.
No.
Alamat al-fath al-taysir. So you may have a phase in your life, you're having ease in studying because that's what you need. Another time you have ease in listening because that's all you could do. So everyone will find what Allah guides them to.
Yeah.
كل ميسر لما خلق.
ما خلق له.